Hello, I'm Chef Anthony Lamas with Reàl Infused Exotics. We're going to talk about a couple vegetarian dishes, so to speak. I'm going to do a flatbread using a Blackberry mascarpone. I have this flatbread that I rolled out. I've kind of par cooked it a little bit. I'm going to do just a little butter, just a tiny butter. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go right in the oven. Then I'm going to mix up mascarpone and some Blackberry Reàl. So I'm just going to take some of this mascarpone here, and I'm just going to kind of incorporate that in there. Just that beautiful color and that beautiful blackberry flavor. I'm gonna add some fresh blackberries to top this flatbread, but you see how beautiful that is? Whether you wanted to put this on bagels or waffles or pancakes, really, so many ways to use this. And that's what I love. Look at that beautiful color it creates. It's so beautiful. So what I'm gonna do is show you how simple this is. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna spread some of this on there. I'm gonna go back into the oven with this. Simply, I'm gonna take my mascarpone cheese back out. I'm gonna go right onto the plate there. Then I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of sea salt. I like just adding a little bit of that salt with the sweetness. I'm gonna throw on some blackberries, just kind of spread out everywhere. Just throw some natural leaves on there. It adds that nice fresh herb flavor. But that's how simple that is. And there it is, our Blackberry mascarpone flatbread. Some fresh mint leaves, fresh blackberries, and just a touch of sea salt. Kind of brings it all together. So I'm gonna jump into our crispy sweet potatoes. I'm gonna make a pumpkin maple glaze. I'm gonna take some cider, apple cider. I'm gonna throw that right in there. We're gonna throw in our maple syrup. Again, layering flavors, kind of adding different elements. We're gonna add some salt. I always like to add a little salt to balance the sweetness. And then I love the peppery element on this. With the sweet potatoes have that natural sweetness. The pepper gives it a little bit of a bite. So that simple is my glaze. That's how simple this is. And then the star of the show, my pumpkin Reàl, layer of pumpkin flavor. Okay, so we're gonna mix that in with apple cider and maple. And it creates this beautiful glaze that's gonna pair well with the sweet potatoes. So there we have it. So you can see that beautiful glaze. So what I've done is I've baked these off for about 30 minutes in the oven. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw those into the rice flour, and we're just gonna fry a few. I'm just gonna give it a nice little coat. Just gives a little, I like using the rice flour. You can also use cornstarch, just something light. We're just gonna fry those until they're a little bit golden and get them nice and crispy. So while that's being done, I'll go ahead and finish the other elements on the plate. So what I have here is I have my glaze that I made with the pumpkin, the maple, and the apple cider. Now I'm gonna take some ricotta. I like the ricotta, gives that nice earthiness, but also a little bit of richness to the dish. So I'm just gonna do a quick little smear like that. I like to have a little bit height in there too as well. I'm gonna take a couple orange segments. I love the fresh orange with the sweet potato. It adds a little bit of acid. So we're just gonna kind of throw right on there like that. So what I've done here, these are orange supremes. We take the orange, we cut in between the membranes, create this nice, delicate orange supremes. So if you can imagine the sweet potato, that maple and pumpkin, the mascarpone, kind of all comes together. Then I'm also gonna have a couple macadamia nuts. So whenever I'm creating these dishes, not only am I doing layers of flavor, I love to have some crunch and textures. Very important when composing a dish. My potatoes are looking pretty good here. Oh yes, beautiful. I'm gonna give those a little flip. So what I've done is I pre-baked these, and then that created them where they're just kind of soft, and then you just crisp them up here. Oh yeah, those are looking beautiful. So what I'll do is, this could be an appetizer. You could do a big platter if you want, kind of have out and people can pick up. But I'm just gonna what I think I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna set them like this. I even like the natural little skin that's crisp like that. So very natural, just kind of beautiful, rustic dish. Then the star of the show, once again, is that pumpkin Reàl that I mixed up with the apple cider, a little bit of maple, some cracked pepper in there to give it a little peppery, and then a little bit of salt to balance it all. And this is how simple this is. I'll throw some right on the plate, but I'll kind of drizzle over some of the sweet potatoes. See that? Look at that. That's simple. And then I'm just gonna throw a little bit of fresh thyme on here. Just a couple sprigs on there. I just like the color of it. And I even stand one up like that. But look how simple this is. With that pumpkin maple glaze, beautiful ricotta cheese, some orange supremes. But that's simple. You can take a sweet potato and elevate it. That's because of this beautiful glaze I've created, adding some different components. So there we have it. Beautiful, simple, and delicious. Thanks to Reàl Infused Exotics. I'm Anthony Lamas. Thank you for subscribing.